Hello guys, today is the 30th day of December 2023, and on the date of December 30th, 23rd year, for the first time in history, sell a car with an acceleration of 2.8 seconds to 100 for $44,000. Not only that, it also has equipment like German luxury cars, and it is also on a lifetime warranty for the first owner. The global car business will not be what it used to be from now on. We have the Zeekr 007 for review. Both the front and rear have auto doors. The button is located here. The version called Smart has 2,100 kilograms of curb weight. The performance version has 2,000 kilograms. All the seats are genuine Nappa leather. In the front, massage, ventilation, heating. Rear only heated. Same material as the Zeekr X. It's one in the same, very smooth leatherette. You can't even tell the difference with Nappa leather. One glass in the front. One glass in the back. 21 in-house made speakers, and it's even in the headrest. It's very convenient for talking on the phone. This bottom part, it's plastic. It's Alcantara design. If it were not for that purple stripe, I would say that I like it. I really like it. Well, for those who like ambient backlighting as bold as in the 5.7 BMWs, well, it will suit you. I personally don't like that. I'd take it out altogether. Or a thin one. But the design itself is neat, calm, not flashy. And the most interesting thing I like is that the screen moves sideways, either towards the passenger or the driver's side. I'm used to the Hi-Fi Z already, so for me, for example, this is very important. This is a big plus. The trim materials are leatherette, but the Nappa technology leatherette is very smooth. Let's check for squeaks. The screen is okay. It was a little bit? No, it was the glove compartment. Well put together. Let's try here. A little bit, maybe. The ceiling is covered in Alcantara. There's these big mirrors. They look nice. It's simple. Emergency light, SOS button. Yeah, and a big touch light. Well, there's no case for the glasses. I did find a glasses case. It's on the top left of the driver's side, and it's Alcantara or something. Something along the lines of Alcantara on a magnet. Although the 007 is smaller than its big brother 001 and cheaper, there's more room. They've done the work on the bugs. In the 001, I don't have enough room for my knees. Here, I have a 4-finger gap, and this is me semi-recumbent. If I sit more flat, you can see there's plenty of room. People taller than me will fit in here with more than enough room. The driver's seat has quite a lot of adjustments. There's also a seat extender. Look how long the cushion is. Longer than the gilevich.eng L9. The version with 3 and 5 to 100 acceleration and the top-of-the-line trim was called the Smart version. The Smart version can be ordered with different exterior colors and 2 interior colors to choose from. You can also get different wheels. And here's the Performance version, which accelerates from 2 and 8 to 100. I remind you that they have the same amount of horsepower. You can unfortunately choose only in yellow color and only with yellow wheels. And the interior is only gray Alcantara. They cost about the same, and the difference between them is as follows. The yellow version you see doesn't have LiDAR on the roof. I'll show you. The yellow performance version also doesn't have that LiDAR on the roof, which means it has weaker autopilot. Also, the yellow version doesn't have a screen on the bumper. It's just a decorative plug. The yellow version doesn't have massage and ventilation in the front, only heating. At the back, it's only got heating. In general, it's poorer in terms of equipment, yet they are practically the same price, and the question on everyone's mind is why. The thing is that it has the same 100 kilowatt-hour battery from Cattle, but a more advanced battery. It's the latest thing they've developed. It's the battery that allows it to accelerate faster with the same horsepower. And the bonus, of course, is that the performance is 100 kilograms lighter than the Smart version. If you move the seat forward slightly, a menu on the left pops up and you can adjust the seat position, the steering wheel height and reach. You can also adjust. Wow, look, it's huge. I'm going to try and show you now. Large head-up display. I understand the same as in gilevich.eng L9 in terms of functionality. There is augmented reality, as you can see, and there is a map. I get to the menu, the same menu as Zeekr X, and it's here. It's very cool. I'll get to that in a moment. There are also 2 more additional live buttons behind the steering wheel that you can bind to for the different functions that they offer here. And this is where the touch buttons are located. Parking, close central locking, 360, trunk. By the way, it's not enough to just press, and that's a good thing because you can accidentally press it, right? You have to press it and hold it. That's a good idea. The steering wheel is leather, very smooth, and by design I don't really like it, to be honest. Well, it's not repulsive. Here we have gear shifting, here we have turn signals, water, and everything else. There's also Face ID, which monitors fatigue. Like the Zeekr X, there's a menu on the right side of the dashboard. We control it with this button and switch. Here you can control the climate control up and down. The switch is the temperature, left and right, the blowing strength. What else is there? Tire general information, map, and the general information. Look, it's very handy, very handy. The main screen is 15.5 inches with a resolution of 2.5K. It's all on the latest chip at 8295. The map is quite fast. This is what the menu looks like. Let's take another look at the cameras. Well, the cameras are average, nothing special. Yes, nothing hangs, you can spin the car like this. Watch the cleaning lady washing the floor next to it. Settings, as in all Zeekrs, are very clear. There's ambient lighting that I would just change a little bit. I'd just make it subtle. They shouldn't have made it so garish, of course, like they do in the new BMWs. It looks disgusting. It's my taste. So, what else can we do? Swipe down to the hotkeys menu. Climate control looks like this. Yeah, it's fast. The air, unfortunately, as you've realized, is on the tablet. Most importantly, you have to use the climate control on the dashboard in that menu I was talking about. Here is such a screen at desire. Having swung 4 fingers to the left, it turns to the driver's side or to the passenger's side. Well done. Well done for that. There's a glove compartment, a button on the tablet, and it's quite large, covered in cloth. Wireless charging for 2 phones. There is a niche. There's 2 cup holders, and it's got magnetized like this. The mechanism works well. This is covered in Alcantara. There's a little bit of Alcantara here too. Look, there's a lot of recesses here, a lot of niches. You can put so much stuff in here. It's all covered in nice fabric, and there are charging ports. You get out of the car with this button. There's also an additional emergency lever inside. We press the brake, and it closes. 187 centimeters tall, sat behind myself, 2.5 fists in front of my knee. Not only that, they made a lot of knee room in the front. But look at how much space there is in the back for passengers. This is the first time I've seen a car of this length, with such a large, spacious interior. And not only that, I love the side support. It's there, and it feels right. This side support makes it comfortable to sit here if the driver is pushing. Is it possible? Can you move the backrest? Lower it down, I mean. Wow, 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 there's a backrest drive. No, that was the maximum position. It's the average. I'd go a long way, but in a way that would be perfect. I'd want to roll back a little bit. But the fact that there's a backrest drive for this money here, that's straight up powerful. And the armrest is simple. There's a compartment, there's another compartment. It's all covered in fabric. It does a little bit of a dance, like a little bit squelchy. Doesn't give me any forced confidence. But the mechanism itself works well. Just a little bit here. It can be broken with a foot. There's just tons of room. I have a speaker here. I have a touch light here. I have a hook. And I have mechanical air. There are also charging ports. The backs of the front seats look like this. Just so you understand, this is all upholstered in leatherette as well. Not plastic, it's all leatherette. This is just the plastic part. Wheels are 255 by 40 R20. Akabono brakes in the front are perforated, ventilated. Rear ventilated only. 14 centimeters of ground clearance. Let's have a look in the trunk. 460 liters is enough space here. There is a net and a big niche like this. Let's look under the hood. There are gas supports. There is a small niche. Water is refilled here. There's the soundproofing. Front double wishbone, rear multi-lever. There is no air suspension, but there are adaptive shock absorbers. In the settings, you can set harder, softer. I feel like I'm riding in an E-Class car. Anyway, in terms of claimed length, width, and height, it is exactly the same as a Toyota Camry. And it's certainly not a competitor for the Tesla Model 3. Although they tell me this car is designed to directly attack sales of the Tesla 3. Directly. Although I don't think it's a competitor to it at all. This car is bigger. The Tesla 3 is much smaller, it's stiffer, it's softer here. It feels like I'm driving in an E-Class, like I'm driving a Camry, which suddenly, in the 23rd year, just learned how to accelerate. We've got a 3 and 5 second version of that, which is what we're driving. Comfort. Damn, it's soft. It's not stiff. It's softer than my Hi-Fi Z. Yeah, it's more bouncy. It's just for everyday driving. I'd say so. The question I was most interested in was how much noise insulation there was. With so many horses, such a battery, such equipment for the money. And I'll tell you, the noise insulation is poor. Worse than $40,000-$50,000 Chinese cars. Worse. Worse than the Passat, worse than the Camry. The wheel arches are noisy, and they make a lot of noise. But I can say it's quieter than the previous Tesla 3. It just wasn't there at all. But the new Tesla 3 is quieter than this car, it seems. Quieter. Well, there you go. What we've got is what we've got. A 100 kilowatt-hour battery. In our version, which is the 3.5, they're claiming some wild 800 kilometers. I think the real one will be 650 in the summer in the city. On the highway, less in winter, of course, also less. If we're talking about the fast version with 2.8 acceleration, it's got a different battery, and it has a claimed range of 650 kilometers. Well, that means it'll be even less in reality. Braking distance is 33 meters. I believe that. Brakes are pretty lively. It feels safe. The only thing is that the recuperation here is not as strong as in the Hi-Fi. Okay, let's summarize. If there was noise insulation here, as in the Zeekr 001, I mean good noise insulation, I would then say that Europe should just fold in its own production. And that's it. Thank you for being with us for 100 years. And that's the end of it. We'll remember you. But it's not as soundproof here. It's a little worse than average. Not annoying, but worse than average. Of course, it beats all its rivals. But it's just, just a little bit ahead of them all. Here we go, running ahead of everybody, literally just a little bit off the pace. For now. While other Chinese brands, catch up with them there. And I wouldn't be surprised if someone breaks out now and releases something even more interesting. From the looks of it, I take it this will continue for the next 10 years here. Because here, unlike in Europe, there is no collusion. The Communist Party, I understand, specifically monitors this or influences it directly. It's fine with it. Because when there's no collusion and the competitors are fighting for real, it's the only way development can occur in the shortest possible time. It's logical, isn't it? Anyway, here we go. They overtook the competition on December 30th, 2023. Beat Europe by a lot, beat Chinese competitors by a little bit. I beat Tesla by a lot, even the new 3. Although it has, again, slightly better noise insulation already than here. Okay, friends, if you've seen the video to the end, thank you, take care. Exercise, eat healthy food. Good luck.